Now that you're ready to take your hand-drawn map to the CMap tool software and make an electronic map, you must first log into your CMap account, as was demonstrated in the previous tutorial. You know that you're logged in if your name appears here. It's important to be logged in because your map needs to be saved so that you can go back to it later in the semester. You want to click on Start Building CMap, and it'll take you to this screen. But first, let me take you back to the hand-drawn map so you can use this map to create an electronic version. Remember, in the instruction materials for CMap and the course site, you are walked through the process of how to create a map. The map for this class has to have specific components such as hierarchies, H1, H2, H3, H4, and it also needs to have examples, which I haven't added here yet, and crosslinks. Maps are arranged hierarchically with linking phrases to create propositions. So for this class, you have to create a procedural map, a map that tells someone how to do something. So I made up a focus question for the purpose of this demonstration. The question is, how do I make an apple pie? The first thing you want to do when you're creating your map is to give it a map title, which is here, Award-Winning Apple Pie. So I'll walk you through briefly how I created this hand-drawn map. Again, this represents my conceptualization on how to create an apple pie. So H1 is usually the largest, biggest idea on your map. And for this, the concept here is the best apple pie. The best apple pie, use the linking phrase, requires ingredients. And then I have a number of ingredients here that are all H3. So I have H1, H2, H3 includes apples, spices, lemon juice, sugar, salt, fresh squeezed lemon juice, baking powder. These are all my level 3s. For my level 3, I have level 4s, such as my apples need to be Granite Smith, my flour must be sifted, my lemon juice must be fresh squeezed. So that creates a different hierarchy. And ice cold water here should be H3, not H4. I'll fix that when I go to the electronic map. The next thing is, after I have my ingredients, then the apple pie requires specific procedure. This is read as a complete thought. It's not necessarily a complete sentence. So again, my H2 here is equal to my H3 on this side of the map, telling me that these ideas in terms of relationship to the larger concept are equal. So the best apple pie requires a specific procedure, my H2. First, I must make the crust, which is an H3. Again, this H3 is equal in idea in terms of level to these H3 over here. My crust must be refrigerated prior to filling, which is an H4. Come back here, make crust, then slice and saute the apples, also H4. Same level hierarchy as this, and these H4s over here, telling me that the relationship between these H4 concepts are equal in relation to the larger concept. And then in order to slice and saute, I might want to use an apple slicer, which creates a new H level 5. Then I want to add spices and lemon juices. Then I want to fill the crust and cover with a crust. Fill the crust and then cover with another crust. I do not want to overfill, and I also want to brush the egg yolk, brush the crust with egg yolk. I say all of these are level 6s because they pertain to the crust. Then I want to bake and check the temperature, and after 1 hour I want to cool. I want to cool for 30 minutes, and as you can see, I'm adding H levels, or I'm saying that they're equal. And then the last step in my procedural map for how to create an award-winning apple pie is to eat it. There are some examples missing here, as well as the crosslinks. So when I start to color code my map, these will come to me, and here you have a color-coded map. As you can see, my H1 is a different color than all the other levels, as well as my H2s are equal, same color no matter where they are on the map. I also have H3s are all the same color. H4s are all the same color, orange, and H5 are red. H6s are purple. H7s are blue, and then H8s are darker blue. And then my last step, which is to eat it, is level 9. So as you can see, as I take the idea further out from the first concept, a new H level is created. I have 2 examples indicated here. An example here would be apple pie spice. When I say spices and lemon juice, Examples do not create a new H level, but they do use the linking phrase example. So I have an example here, and I have an example of the temperature here, which is 350. Cross-links are larger ideas that link bigger ideas across hierarchies. They're meant to convey larger conceptual ideas in terms of relationship of the terms. So a cross-link that I had in my mind for creating this apple pie is that the best apple pie is not overbaked. And this is a cross-link because it links non-consecutive hierarchies, as well as the linking phrase also has CL behind it to tell the reader that this is intended to be a valid cross-link. Now, using this map, I am going to attempt to make an identical map on CMap, or something that approximates the same size, color, shape, delineation that I have here. So let me jump over to my CMap software. I'm going to go back to show you that what I did was I clicked on Start Building Your CMaps, and then the first thing you want to do is Start New CMap here. Double click to create the first concept. I'm going to drag this over here because on my map, on my apples, my very best apple pie was on this side. To type within these question marks, I will put the best apple pie. I'm going to do Shift Enter to go to the line, and this is my H1, right? To build from this, I want to click on the shape, and then it'll give me these two arrows at the top. Which allows me to bridge from there. So the first thing I want to say is requires, which is my linking phrase, which I should spell correctly. And the first thing I want to say is ingredients. And because this is my level 2, again, Shift Enter, and I get H2 here. I want to branch several things from my H2 here, so I'm going to put includes as my linking phrase. The first thing it includes are apples. I return H3. It also includes flour. You see, each time I want to add a new shape, I just go back to this shape and add a new shape. It includes spices. Also H3. It includes lemon juice. Which is H3. My lemon juice must be fresh squeezed, which is my H4. You see, the beauty about using this CMap tool software is it allows you to add the linking phrases and the propositions that make the map valid. My apples must be Granny Smith. H4 as well. My flour. And at this point in your map, you can make changes. On the other map I had must be, so I'm going to change this should be, because the pie will still be good if I don't sift the flour, but it should be sifted. Also want to come back here and add that I should use baking powder. Also H3. So I have apple, spices, flour, I need sugar. I also need salt. And I need unsalted butter. I moved these a little bit around from my hand-drawn map in this order to make the map clear and make the shape a little bit more desirable so that I can see my H levels clearly. I also need ice cold water. And I need eggs. This is all for my pie crust. I'm going to move that around later so you can more clearly read the map. This is an H3, so I'll move it up so it's in line with the H3s. See how easy that is to keep them approximately the same level. Just grab the shape and move it to where you want it to go, so that my H3s are approximately the same proximity to my H2, which I can move up and move this up and move my linking phrase up. So I think at this point I have covered all my H3s and my H4s on this side of the map. Now I'll turn my attention to describing the procedure. So I'm going to use the same linking phrase to create my second H2, which is it requires a specific procedure, also H2, telling the reader that this is the same idea level as this H2. So my specific procedure is going to kind of walk the reader through how to create the pie. So first is my linking phrase, and the first thing you want to do is make the crust, which is an H3. Then, from that H3, I want to convey two additional ideas. I want to say that the crust must be refrigerated first, which is an H4. Must. Back to my H3, after I make the crust, then I would like to slice and saute apples. Also H4, meaning it's the same level as this. After I slice and saute the apples, I might want to give the reader some further directions on how to saute or slice those apples. So I want to use an apple slicer, which is an H5. I had this as an H5 on my other map, so I'm putting it as an H5 here. After I slice and saute the apples, then I want to add spices and juices. Which is an H5. I want to delete these because I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to go here and do this. Add. You see how easy it is to backtrack if you feel like the map is not going in the direction that you want or is not representative of your ideas. After I slice and saute apple slices, I then, this is not add, this is then. No, this is add. Sorry. Add spices and lemon juice, which is my level 5. An example is apple pie spice as opposed to individual spice I can just buy and prepared apple spice. Examples don't create a new H level, so I don't need an H level there. Back to the procedure of making apple pie. After the spice and lemon juice, then I want to fill the crust. Fill the crust and